I almost had it. I've tried to make this video 15 times. We're going to try to hurry. So, we're going to talk about 1. Etymology. Etymology is the study of the origin of words and how they've evolved over time as far as their use and their definition. You can bring the OG meaning of a word forward into this century and marry it with what it has meant over its use period. That is why dictionaries always give more than one meaning. Because what it meant way back when it was first recorded as being used in the human language, what it meant way back then can still be relevant today. That brings me to my next subject. Conjure. The word that we will talk about is conjure. Conjure is not closed. Conjuration, conjuring, conjure, not closed. Now, in reference to your closed practices and how they conjure is closed. Okay? Or initiatory practices. You cannot know the way of their conjuring of a spirit until you are in it. Until you've been invited and you've been initiated. Okay? So, with that being said, let's get into why I'm even talking about this word. It causes far too much controversy on social media. To conjure means to call up, call forth. That's what it means. Now, does it mean a few other things? Yes, but actually, it only has actually 2 definitions, but the sense of the word is given many times. 5-second Google search will show you that. The sense of how someone is using, the context of how someone is using it is given. There's many different contexts to that word. Okay. So, with that being said, again, how you conjure can definitely be closed, because how closed practices use conjure in their practice is closed. It's closed to me. It's closed to you. If you have been invited and initiated into an initiatory practice, that is actually very awesome, and I'm glad that happened for you. But as far as closed or initiatory practices, how they do their conjuration in those communities that's them. And it does belong to them, and it is sacred to them. But conjuration, and conjuring, in accordance to its dictionary definition, is not closed in general. But, again, African slave hoodoo, okay, the hoodoo that was born out of enslaved peoples, closed hoodoo has its conjuration practices. Voodoo, which is an initiatory, you can be invited and you can be initiated into voodoo, is a closed practice or initiatory practice. Their conjuration rituals, sacred to them. Okay? Native American or indigenous peoples across the earth who may have practices for, separate practices from society, for from the general population is what I'm trying to say, for conjuring healing or prosperity or the spirits of their ancestors or the animal spirits. That, separate. Okay? That is sacred. That is a different set of rules and regulations concerning conjuring. They have their own practice with it. But I also have my own practice. And here's the thing, and I don't share this much because it's frowned upon by which ironically it is frowned upon by witchy people, and it kills me. But anyway, like I said, going to be a series of videos. I'm going to put etymology at the top of each one of these, because I think it would behoove our community, for myself or anybody else that wants to chime in, to make videos concerning the definition of words, because a lot of times y'all are arguing over shit you don't need to be arguing over. Anyway, that is the bearing that it has on our community. Now, I am sorry that this video was so long, but I just wanted to share that with you all. I wanted you all to know that, because a lot of times with my knowledge of etymology and my love for it, I don't know how to explain that, but I absolutely adore language, the study of words, how they've evolved. It just fascinates me. But on a hobby level, I am not formally educated in this field, but I don't need the formal education, because I am educating myself. Anyway, I digress. I feel like it is important, and I feel like maybe I can be the start of a good change within our community. So I'm going to share the knowledge I have. I'm going to share what I can that may help. But as far as me, I have been conjuring spirits my entire life. Okay? And I don't know why or how they listen to me, but when I call them, they come. I can remember talking to my dead grandfather as early as about 6 or 7 years old. Okay? Because he passed when I had just turned 6. And my first memory could be anywhere between when I was 6 and when I turned 7. I don't know. But anyway, I remember talking to him. And I remember feeling his presence very heavy. I would get certain scents that would come into the room when he was there. And, so that's how I conjure. I just simply talk to them. That's not something that I mind sharing, because, I think that sharing is growth, and I think that it can incite growth within our community. And anyway, if you've hung out this long, 7 minutes, 39 seconds, if you've hung out this long, leave me a magic wand, or a crystal ball. Your choice. I love y'all. Stay witchy bitches, and there will be more of these videos in the future, but not as long. Stay witchy bitches.